Hi everyone, Katie here. This is just a little demonstration with my harp because I want to demonstrate something about vibrations. Even though that's a metaphysical world, it actually has very physical, real world implications, and it derives from real physical, real world problems. So let's demonstrate this with the harp string. I'm going to play a standard A. I'll play it one more time. So this A is tuned to a 440 megahertz pitch, and that's a pretty standard concert pitch in the Western world these days. So what does that mean? That means that the string vibrates 440 times per second, and so that's what gives it that's what we now call an A. So every time I play that, the vibration is 440 megahertz per second. Middle C is a different megahertz. It's a lower megahertz. And then D would be a different one, E would be a different one. And so even if you don't know anything about notes or scales, that's okay. It's just helpful to know that every string is tuned to a different megahertz per second. And that's why we can have beautiful music. So I'll just play a little bit so you can hear all these different pitches. So just a few chords. Each one of those strings is tuned to a different megahertz. Each megahertz has a different number of vibrations per second. This is not only limited to strings. Everything in the universe has a particular vibration. So even atoms and even the little parts that make up atoms vibrate. They're all vibrating. Even things that are seemingly solid, like the wood on this harp, are still vibrating. They're just vibrating in a tightly compact kind of way. And so the harp is a really easy visual, and just for fun, I'll play just a little something for you. This is a little piece I wrote called Swift Wind, and I would not be able to write that if everything sounded the same, if everything was vibrating at the same rate. So if everything vibrated at a 440 megahertz, it just would not be fun at all. So thank goodness we have these different vibrations, and that when we talk about vibrations in the metaphysical world, we know that they have very healing properties. And there's debates about what vibrations are the best, and I will actually talk about that just a little bit with you in the next slide.